What's going on, guys? Welcome back to PFI Speed. Today I've got this hot rod Srt4 on the dyno we call the Killer Whale, for obvious reasons. So it should leap into your hearts today. And features the 2.4 bottom end with a Dodge Stratus cylinder head. We've got 8 injectors, 8 2200cc injectors to a 67mm turbo. And today we're going to kind of just break it in and see what kind of power it can make. It'll probably be on a lower booster. It'll probably be on a low boost setting. We'll probably dial it up at the track. You'll get to see its progression as we go. But man, this thing turned out awesome. It looks a lot like Jamie's Curse, except this one is a 4-speed Liberty dog box car. So I'm excited to see how it all does. And we've got some big goals. We want to see if we can't get this hot rod into the 8-second zone this season, PSCA. He's kind of new to it all, but with the fuel tech dialing in, we should be able to solve that and get there pretty quick. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up, make some pulls, and see what kind of power this hot rod can make. So let's go. All right, let's scan this real quick. Bosch injectors, 4 smart coils, Stratus head, breather box, the LPS alpha locks, then we'll have the fuel pressure regulator, rocks and sheet throttle body. Sean built this really good turbo manifold, turned out so good. Tile wastegate. And then that 67mm turbocharger. And then it's on pump E85. We got ourselves a wicked little bullet here. Let's get the Fuel Tech FT550. Little cage all done up. Turned out beautiful. Alright, we're gonna start by sinking this bad boy. So to do that, I come up to ignition. This one we're gonna set to 20 degrees. Trying to make one on the gates to see what we do.
Yeah, 8 pounds.
5400. So it's like the 2-step stuff still on.
Okay. Maybe we just need to activate it and put it up out of the way right now.
And you didn't actually record that pull, did you?
No.
Okay.
5400. There wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, 5400. Nothing was even awake yet. We disabled the 2-step, but still hit it.
So we dropped it 3 degrees of timing.
Alright, so we fixed the 2-step issue.
Yep.
See if you can make it past that and get a good baseline on the gate.
Definitely still there.
That's why I hit it a couple times because I wanted to see what it was.
Data.
I thought it was the two-step. It definitely knocks the timing out of it.
Two-step shows off.
But it wasn't plugged in.
RPM goes to 1792.
Oh, so it's like it loses itself.
Alright, so we're going to check the spark plugs, make sure we got the right kind of plug in here. Sometimes you can lose fire that way, but what happens is every time it misfires like that, it drops down and then it's reading like 1500 RPM or less, even though the engine's spinning more RPM. So it's like it's losing a little bit of crank trigger. So we're going to check the plugs first and then check some of that electrical. Make sure we don't got any noise. Yep, we're gonna try this real quick. I put it on semi-sequential, wasted spark, so see if that'll help us. Further.
Farther in third.
That was pretty fast. Gas fire and waste spark.
Yeah, seems like it went farther.
So we definitely got a cam crank issue
That we didn't have before.
that we didn't have the last time we tried to test it. So, you know, anytime there's that, there's kind of got to be noise. So we changed the plugs.
Changed the plugs. We checked both sensors.
Is it losing crank signal or anything like that?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Cranker again.
You can see every time these pink ones, that's it, cutting off.
Oh.
So you can see up here, let's zoom in. Got low, the RPM drops, 1800 is what it says. It just loses it. Ba-ba!
Yeah.
Then it comes back, 2000 RPM, ba-ba! Again, 2000 RPM, pa-pa, and then back up to 6000, and then to 1500, and then let's go, and lets me go again. But it's hovering this, so on getting rid of the cam sensor, it hovers to 6000, 6100, and with the cam sensor, it hovers 54 to 55. Dun dun dun! Hey, this is a fight. So we may have to just dive in and find another solution for the cam crank sensors. Part 4. Alright, so we've determined we're going to try another ground from the engine to the chassis. And they're right now trying to find a decent spot. Yeah.
See what's on the tranny down here.
Right here to here probably. If you went from one of these bolts to that 10 right hole there.
Oh yeah, I see.
That'd probably work.
Just enough line?
So we determined that we have a ground from the battery to the to the engine.
Yeah. The block.
Well,
And
there's
then the fuel tech power itself goes from the fuel tech to it, to the battery. Well, to the solid state and then to the battery.
we need one from the battery to the chassis as well.
Yeah, because those two just go into the relay.
Yeah. We'll take one from the engine to the chassis and from the battery to the chassis.
Yeah.
That ought to solve it. Grounds are pretty important.
Chassis and then the other one's the chassis to the motor.
You can shorten it. It doesn't gotta be that long.
It doesn't?
Well, it'll reach to where we're going very good that way.
I mean, the body's like right there. You go like 3 inches.
Is there a bolt hole 3 inches away? That's what I want to know. I won't heat shrink the ends until we do. Yeah, but you already crimped it. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to re-crimp, but
Nah.
Because we were going to head up here towards the strut.
Like right here, you know?
oh, way up top.
Or like, I don't get over that, so. Yeah. I mean, that's like, paint's already cleaned off, right? They were doing that already.
But you see it. But whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be functional at the moment. Could always
I
get.
mean, I could take this one out and we can go there.
That'd be a pain in the ass. So when you work on it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you got. Whatever you're doing, do it up.
Okay.
Do it to it. All right, guys. So Jamie jumped out there, threw some grounds on this thing, and we're gonna test it and see how it does. I've got no power, so I switched that off while you were working. So he's gonna give me some juice. Let's start this beast and let's go.
Why
Yep.
do you think crank better now?
Not for sure, man.
That's a little earlier than the last one even. Well.
Wasn't that? We're gonna need to throw a battery charger on it now, though. Yep. Just drops out.
Yeah.
These have worked before too, so we know it's something.
Yeah,
All right, so we moved the wire from the crank sensor around the starter. Hopefully that'll make a change. It's really strange, but these things happen and fight through it. Ding, 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 ding. We have got a problem.
Does it seem like the alternator's working at all? It's working fine. Oh, it's working fine.
Yeah, it loses the crank sensor.
Okay.
That time we unplugged it and I routed it around the starter. Because it was laid on top of the starter, the wire was. That well. Magnets. Try to move it around that. I mean, this should be. It's a Hall effect and it's
A 32
syncs
miles.
just fine.
Good resolution trigger
But
wheel.
you can see our status, look. Cam trigger error, gap detected, missed tooth, gap detected, missed tooth, gap detected, gap detected, missed tooth.
Yep.
Over and over and over again.
I do have Team Flow.
Yeah, what?
Team Flow? Shield all the wires up.
Oh, yeah. I like how you think.
Interesting.
Well, shoot.
All right, guys, so we're working on the crank trigger on the Dodge. And I got a tone wheel right here. And you can see it is a 36 -2 +2. So that means 2 rows here and 2 gone down here. Now in the software from Fuel Tech, they've got it set up as a 36 -2 -2. So, let's see that right here. All right. What?
No. The plug, you have to shave this thing.
Are you cussing?
I'm gonna take it all back out.
All right, so he's changing the crank sensor because that's the angle we were going, but then I started researching a little bit, and I may just end up, I could really take this tone wheel off and I could make it a 36 -2 and basically make these a couple of teeth. So we have options, but yeah, any way we look at it, it involves it coming apart and trying to solve it. But that is kind of, you know, there's not many fuel techs running SRT4s. This is probably the first one.
It honestly,
Yeah, so we've got to kind of get in here and do the research, do the homework, and you guys get to follow along and be part of it all, which is always cool. You get to see us struggle and fight through it. So one day when you decide to build one, you will not fight through it.
we'll do the fighting for you.
Yeah, we're doing the fighting for you, figuring it out right now live. All right, so I messaged Anderson and he messaged this back to me. So I'm gonna send a scope over to him and see if we can do it electronically, because if we can, that's obviously gonna help. So, all right, let's pray that this works. All right, so we got a new crank sensor. We're gonna test her out.
Either have a bad cap or coolant pressure.
98
It's spewed.
Okay.
It's spewed out the cap.
Let's check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, here it's
Sizzling.
Yes, yes.
All right, so the 36 -2, the settings work fine. We changed that crank sensor and it worked great. So we got that solved. And then Jamie found that the cap itself
Was just
that
far. It was just like
not a click
this
tight.
far away from being clipped. So that's why it puked.
Yep, so I say we turn up the boost a little bit, try her again.
Turn on the CO2. I think you already had some.
Yep.
$5.58.
558.
558. It's looking better.
Must be.
It's pulsing right now.
Yeah, it's like, sounds like someone with spongy shoes.
Ready? Yep. All right there. Let's hit it. The tires hard and then
Yeah, we almost need to do a 4.
yeah. But we weren't sure where things were. So.
Yeah.
What mile an hour was that?
825. I
That's
saw.
still in RPM.
Let me check. 135 ish.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So that's what it does in that gear, because that was straight to the limiter. So.
Mm-hmm.
And that the limiter right now is around 89 limits, so I don't have it.
It's way soft.
So figure it out. It stepped down at the end. I got a feeling that the boost kind of stepped out, but I'm having.
Did the boost step out, or is that just the soft limiter?
I think the boost stepped out.
Okay.
I think.
Because it kind of looks the same on the last one. You know what I mean? Like right here, where it's going, and then it. Yeah.
That's why it took so long to start. This log wouldn't click on, so I clicked out, got back in.
Gotcha.
And then we would start record, and then it wouldn't let me stop the log, so I don't know if we need the log.
Gotcha. They got it.
Yeah, your boost dipped just like the dyno chart.
Yeah. That's what I got a feeling it is. Something along those lines. Just gotta reset the scaling real quick.
Yeah.
Air fuel looked good. Yeah, it was rocking. So you can see the potential is obviously there. Making the 1,000+ horsepower.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure we manage that. So Jamie has ABS rings on order for this thing, so we can manage that, and then the owner's just getting into it, so we want to keep it somewhere in this kind of ballpark, just so we can figure out how to shift it, drive it, you know,
And it's a
make laps.
It's a Liberty dog box.
Yep.
It's got a strain, all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
it's got all that stuff. So it's going to be a learning curve, you know, to throw your foot back and not keep it around the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling gears and not 1-2-1-ing it. What do we got? How's your catch can working?
Well, so the top side from the valve cover is absolutely dry. It looks like there's just a couple drops of fuel vapor in there.
Not bad.
And this is the underside, which is got the exhaust vacuum on the lower crankcase.
There's that orange flashlight.
And there's just a little bit in there.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all, though.
Nope. So engine's good and healthy. We've definitely got to kind of learn the cylinder head maybe and figure out dialing the boost to where it's consistent, because I basically had a spike and then the boost came out of it and then plateaued. So I'm just gonna have to work with the solenoid a little bit and get that right and give it what it wants. But that's a pretty good area to start, man.
This can go a low 9 like that, I feel like, even without heavy the car.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the one thing I really personally want to do with this car, I want to change the shifter. I want to put something with the lockout in there.
Yeah.
Because these shifters,
the new shifters like Shane's got, what are those called?
They're the KDNs, and we'll have the Srt4 ones and a bunch of others of those on our website. So
yeah, it sounds like we're going to be a dealer
doing,
for
some direct dealer stuff with them. So the Srt4, I might want to try that in this car.
Yeah.
So, because this is one he's going to want us to drive it a couple times.
Yeah, and you want the lockout.
And I don't really personally want to drive it with that shifter. I mean, I've personally done it in my car.
Yeah, 1-2-1 is the worst.
Yeah, I've actually two-way-tuned these shifters more than 1-2-1.
Oh yeah.
So,
definitely. It's never fun. Yeah. I'm going to shut this fan off real quick.
Okay, so, my car, red car.
Yeah, the red one?
40 is 21.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Honda World versus. So we're talking about the timing, because at 40 pounds, his Civic's at 21 pounds of boost.
21 degrees.
And at 40 pounds on this,
21 degrees. You said
21 degrees.
21
Excuse me.
degrees.
21 degrees of timing at 40 pounds of boost in the Civic. And this one I'm around 15.
And my Neon at 40 pounds, we're at about 15 to 16.
Yeah, and the Neon's at 15, 16. So pretty close.
Exhaust ports are like that,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. They're small, but it's definitely working. I mean, it's definitely got potential. You know, I want to keep the head on it, and I want them to learn the car before we go and throw too much ignition at it, you know. We can crawl before we run. But, I mean, the car has turned out beautiful. It's gorgeous. Can't wait to see it with the bumper on and the hood on and everything all ready to go. Super unique setup with the... this is a Stratus. I said earlier it was a Stratus head. Is this a Stratus head or Eclipse head on this one?
That is 428.
It is the Eclipse. So this is the 420A head. So apologize, earlier I said the Stratus, which I believe also has the same type of head. This one here is a 420A. So pretty cool setup. It's really nice that SRT normally has like a cover here that they've eliminated, so it's easier to work on. Everything's super open, and the engine bay you can see is much bigger than a standard SRT4 with the cowl in there. So no wipers on the car, but small price to pay for all this cool stuff. What kind of master cylinder is this for the clutch?
So this is the clutch masters. This is actually the first one we just tested it out for.
Okay, so this is a new product from Clutch Masters.
Clutch masters that
Is
we
this
tested for 'em.
this master cylinder right here?
That goes along with their hydraulic slave cylinder, which we
So
sell.
we have a hydraulic slaved inside there. Are they on the side?
Yeah,
or-
they're on the website.
Okay.
This, as soon as this is in production, basically as soon as I call them tomorrow and tell them that
It works.
yes, it works, then this can go on there also.
Okay.
But this is a whole replacement into the pedal and everything.
Which is huge for the Neons. Simply the fact is, they come pre-bled, so you actually have to take the whole thing out in one piece.
'Cause it's a hard
the master and the slave, it's a hard line, it's all together. You can't bleed it, you don't bleed it, it's just like one deal. It's the craziest thing. You can't even, yeah. So this is a new system, so all you SRT4 owners, there is a solution now for you guys, so you can bleed it, add pressure to it, do what you need to do to make these things work correctly. So that's a pretty cool deal. So this isn't a 2 liter, this is a 2.4 because we got the SRT4 bottom end with the 2 liter. Oh, yeah.
So it is a 2
Okay, so it's not a 2 liter yet though.
No, it's not.
It's like a 2.2.
2.2.
Because yes, we did put a D-stroke. I totally forgot about this. This build this engine's so
It's pretty crazy.
old. Yeah, it's like
This was before
the
my
design.
Neon time.
So yeah, this crank I did with Kevin Warren probably in
2006.
2006, 2007. Yeah, like forever ago. So I honestly forgot all about it. But this guy picked it up from Kevin.
No, from us.
From
We
us.
had it.
I don't know who had it at this point. It was horse traded around and
Yeah.
finally found a home. And I remember what we de-stroked it to. Is it 95?
Yeah, it's like 95.8.
Yeah, where the stock is a 104. So, and now it has Honda bearings in it, aluminum rods. So revving it out is much better for a big engine. Because right there I revved it to 9,000.
Long
So.
gear transmission. I mean, we're doing almost 140 in third gear
Yeah.
without the rev limiter up there.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many options for ratios on this trans, and this is about the only trans available. So you got to make the motor rev to use
Whatever, yeah, to use it. So, yeah, that was a lot to take in right there, but that's what's in it. I mean, I'm trying to remember too. It's been so long, so it's cool. It's cool to see this hot rod coming around and worked out. So anxious for him to see this video on Christmas. So that'll be a lot of fun.
He
And
doesn't know that. He knew we got the parts to put it back together, but he doesn't know it's together. I'm just waiting for the video.
yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yep, drop it like it's hot. So 40 pounds of boost, we made 825 horsepower. So it's a pretty decent darn start. I think that's pretty awesome. Like I said, we're gonna do the ABS rings. We got the strain to set up. We have lots of testing to do with this car, so you guys will see it on the channel, see us jamming this bad boy, and see if we can't put it in the 8-second zone.
He wants to go to TX2K.
Okay.
He wants to do TX2K and do PSC.
So we'll be there supporting it every step of the way. Yeah, make this hot rod run. So I guess that's gonna do it for this episode. It's badass. Wish you guys all a Merry Christmas and have a happy holiday. From all of us at PFI Speed, we appreciate all the support all year long. It was one heck of a busy year, and we can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done for us. So we'll see you guys in the next episode, but I appreciate you guys watching. Give us a like, subscribe. We'll see you guys all
Next year. No.
You'll see us before next year, but we'll see you tomorrow.